Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Darth Slone, your official partnered content creator for Expansive Worlds. And what we are getting ready to do is another test to see what can take us from 5% to 6% on the goldenrod. So this will be, I guess, part 6 in this series. Things that we have discovered so far is brown trout, whether you're using 11 or 8-pound line, is not much different. Brown trout, 11-pound line was 43 is how many it took. Didn't catch a diamond. And then I dropped to 8-pound line and it took 39. Didn't catch a diamond. So another good fish that I've had my eye on lately, just a good lazy fish, you know, is the Zander. And we are going to use a shad and twitch with it. We might use a grub and twitch with it, but we're going to be using like the jigging setup, and instead of float fishing, and do some comparison there, because I have noticed in the past, I don't know if it was a bug or what, but there was a pole that I was using. It was a DLC rod. It was a spinner. I used it as a bait caster and it wasn't getting as much XP. So I'm going to test that just to make sure, so we know, so that you guys know whenever you do buy that goldenrod, you're going to know, because of all the hard work that I'm doing. And talking to Split too, he's been testing a lot of things. We're just kind of sharing information back and forth. All this testing is going to, by the time you guys are ready to buy this goldenrod, you're going to know which fish. That's if you want to power level it. Now, it's going to get boring if you level it all the way to 100%, catching the same fish over and over again. But so I would advise you to take a few breaks here and there, you know, even if we do discover that probably brown trout is the best, and I believe that it's not going to be beat. Hard to beat the big lazy brown trout. But anyway, guys, do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe, notify bell. We are growing, and with your all's help, if you can bring a friend over, first cousin, mamaw, cousin once removed, tame a wild rabbit, teach us how to type, drop that like, subscribe, hit that notify bell, and turn all notifications on so that you can catch our live streams. Make sure on Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern time, we go live. That's our latest stream of the week that we're doing, and we're searching for those legendaries. It is a ton of fun. If you can't do that, most of my other streams will start at 7 p.m. Eastern time and go to 9 p.m. And then if you need a little bit earlier stream, Mondays and Tuesdays, 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. All right, guys, let's hop into it and see what we can find out. All right, guys, I'm just going to cast out there and twitch a little bit. Let this sink just a little bit. It's not very deep right through here. And Zander are pretty aggressive, so I'm just going to twitch with this number 3 shad. This is my favorite, man. But could take a minute to bait them in here, and it's not exactly nighttime yet. It's about 18:35. So let's drop that speed down to a speed of 2 as well. We're using the camera on, and the fairest of them all pole. If we can't snag our first one here. There's one coming in right now. Let me drop that speed down. Get it, bud, get it. You got it. Our first victim. Now, these aren't going, that's 262. That's a gold Zander. They're not paying as much, I don't think, as brown trout. I'm going to predict right now that it's going to take 50 Zander. That's my prediction. Somewhere close to 50. If it took 43 brown trout, Zander are a little smaller than brown trout, I'm going to say 50. All right, guys, this one has been taking out a little bit of slack, unlike that first gold that we caught. So I'm going to say, look there, 311 XP right there. I mean, we're getting some good XP here. Maybe it won't take 50. There's a 17.56 pound gold Zander right there. All right, guys, just a little quick update on the Zander. It's absolutely like bite after bite on the number 3 shad twitching. I'm going to go up to a 2 shad because that is also a silver hook. Noticing, well, there's a nice gold right there. I mean, gosh, a mighty good XP right there. It is 83.2 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a little warm, and it has turned dark. So my temperatures are locked in at 1800 because I've not left yet. So I've not fast traveled out. When I fast travel out to buy some more hot dogs, for example, because right now I'm down to 59. When I fast travel out and come back, I should notice a drop in temperatures. It's locked in at the temperatures that I came in here on right now. I'm not too concerned about it right now as my focus is leveling, but if I did want to, I could fast travel out, go top my hot dogs off, come back to the boat. Now that you can fast travel back, diamond potential on or something like that. There's a nice gold Zander. See, 300 easy XP right there. 42 seconds to reel that in. That's what we're talking about. A big lazy fish, you know. All right, we've hooked into a decent one here, I think, and we are using a gold hook. We're using a number 1 hook. Listen, you catch a lot of gold Zander. I mean, I just decided to start using a number 1 hook. Now, I'll do that until it slows down. I'll go back to a 2, but a lot of gold Zander. So I recommend you put that number 1 shad on there, twitch with it, maybe number 1 grub too. I think you can twitch with it as well, or you can just lay it on the bottom if you want to jig. Either way. But there's a 18.2 pound Zander. I mean, ton of XP right there. All right, we could be hooked into a dime here. I saw this big guy go out from under my boat. Now, when they come out from under your boat, they automatically look bigger, but he's fighting pretty hard, and I hooked him right up next to the boat, and he's took me out a little bit, and he's still playing with my line some. I'm going to risk going up to 35%, but yeah, I'm going to say this might be a diamond. This might be a smaller diamond, maybe. Let's see what we've caught. Yeah, it's definitely a diamond. Oh, 24.75 pounds. 3 pounds bigger than my... 3 pounds bigger than my personal best. How big old guy is this? Well, how big old boy are you? Let's take us a little gander here. Not even big enough to be on the top. 5th place is 25.54. Still, that's my personal best by 3 pounds. I'll take it. All right, guys, little update. We finally leveled the fairest of them all to 6% using Zander. And here's my setup. I used the fairest of them all, of course, the Cameroon, 11 pound braided line. Most of the time I used a number 2 jig head for most of this. I would drop to a 1 jig head, and there were times where I could leave that 1 jig head. Shad is what I used the whole time, but that 1 jig head is a gold and up hook, and there was times I would catch a ton of golds in a row, as I'm getting ready to show you on the handbook. At this point, I still don't really know how many it took. I know it was over 40. I think it was over 50. We're going to count it up and make sure how many it actually took. But look here, here's 3, there's 7 golds in a row. There's 8 golds on this page out of 20. So you catch a lot of gold Zander. All right, we're looking for an 11 pound fish. Where you at? Right there it is. So we caught 12, 14 plus 40. So that's 54. So 54 Zander versus 61 Arctic char. And listen, the Zander fight way less than the Arctic char, even though they get a little bigger. They're a lazier fish. So right now, I definitely have to say, you know, Zander is my 2nd place fish of the fish that we've tested so far, but I'm getting ready to do something crazy. I'll go ahead and say it. I'm going to test grass carp. I'm going to use 11 pound braided. I'm going to go to my little pond that I like, and I'm hoping that they won't spool me at the bank. It depends on where I get, I think, but I'm going to try to get to a spot. I know that there's going to be times that a big 60 pounder is going to get a hold of my line, but I'm just sitting there thinking of the average fish. If I can catch like a 30, 40, it may not be possible, so I might get started on that and then scrap the idea. But that's my next plan, is to test grass carp. My backup plan is largemouth yellowfish and smallmouth yellowfish. Anyway, I hope this has helped you and given you some guidance, you know, because you're not going to want to just catch brown trout all the way to 100% mastery. You're going to want to mix it up a little bit. You're going to want, well, actually what we need is we need to be able to do our weekly challenges and our daily challenges. So we need a fish on each map. So I plan to do that video is name the top fish on each map that you should go for. That way you can hit those weeklies and daily challenges up. But anyway, guys, hit that like, subscribe, notify bell. Grab a cousin, mammal, first cousin once removed. Tame a wild sea creature and get it over here. Teach it to type, and let's drop that sub. Guys, let's get to 10,000. Let's get to 10,000. And before I sign off, hashtag we stand with Goldstein. Free Goldie. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Thank you so much. We'll catch you in the next one.